Day 103 of the Billionaire Journey of Adriane Mays, my uncle Floyd Johnson passed away August 10th, 2024. In reading the obituary this morning on day 103 in the Billionaire Journey, I wanted to read the obituary of Floyd Johnson. During the early 1930s, a movement called the Great Migration was underway. At this time, African Americans moved in droves from the Deep South under the Jim Crow era to the North, which was considered a move to prosperity. Floyd's father, Fred Johnson, my grandfather, rode a truck from Jackson, Mississippi to Dayton, Ohio, where he worked at GH&R Foundry for 30 years. Fred Johnson returned to Jackson, Mississippi to gather his family of 7 and rode the train to Dayton, Ohio in June of 1947. The Johnson family moved to Richley Street near Denison Avenue, where Fred Johnson, along with a few of his Mississippi friends, built the family home. The family never rented. At the tender age of 13, Floyd Johnson, while a student of Wagaman Elementary School, Floyd Johnson drew the blueprints to the Richley home. A true visionary mind was in blossom. Under the supervision of Mr. Donald DeWitt, his industrial arts teacher, the drawings were approved by the city of Dayton, Ohio, and the home was completed. A graduate of Theodore Roosevelt High School, Floyd Johnson, in 1957, Floyd was a scholar and an athlete. He lettered in basketball, football, and track in all 4 years. In his senior year, he set the city record of 152 feet 9 inches while throwing the discus and won the city track championship. His athletic talent would assist him in securing a track scholarship and a basketball scholarship at Central State University in Wilberforce, Ohio, where he majored in health, physical education, and recreation. Floyd Johnson always stood up for the right thing. During his junior year, he went to a Yellow Springs barbershop to protest white people not cutting black people's hair. Floyd Johnson became seriously involved in civil rights when he joined CORE, Congress of Racial Equality. In 1963, Floyd Johnson sat at the Rike Kumler department store under the leadership of W.S. McIntosh to protest Rike's not hiring or allowing black people to try on clothes. During the protest, Rike said that they could not find qualified black people to hire. Floyd Johnson was the first black salesperson for Rike's and was hired off the picket line. During that time, they met with CORE every Thursday at the Masonic Lodge on West 5th and Conover Street. During a Rike's protest, Floyd, along with several other CORE members, were arrested and jailed. CORE representatives from all over the country came to protest. George Ducker bailed all the members out in 1963 with $5,000 in cash. Rike's got a facelift, and black people began to work at the department store. An avid fundraiser for SNCC, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, Floyd worked with people like Stokely Carmichael, Charlie Cobb, Cleveland Sellers, and Ivanhoe Donaldson. In addition to these leaders, he worked with other prominent civil rights leaders like James Farmer and Floyd B. McKissick, both former national chairmen of CORE. In 1965, Floyd Johnson was a charter member of the Dayton Alliance for Racial Equality, DARE, which is the acronym, which the FBI considered to be one of the top 10 watch groups during the civil rights movement. On May 3rd, 1966, Floyd Johnson ran for state representative against C.J. McLinn in the Democratic primary. This was one of McLinn's closest races. Floyd Johnson married Minnie Fales on May 20th, 1963, and had 2 beautiful children, Thena and Ozzie. Johnson taught at Edison Elementary and became the coordinator for the Model Cities Planning Council to address challenges for blacks in targeted areas. In 1973, Floyd Johnson began planning, and then he received a cable TV franchise in 1977. He also set up a manpower training program for cable TV at Roosevelt. In 1980, he ran against Ed Orlett for state representative. As president of the Dayton chapter of CSU Alumni Association from 1980 to 1982, he organized the alumni and went to the Ohio legislature to secure critical supplemental state financing of over $20 million for the university. Floyd married Judith Johnson on July 31st, 1983, and they had one beautiful bouncing baby girl, Zuri Ashanti, in 1987. Floyd Johnson joined Primerica Financial Services in 1990. Floyd continued his civil rights work with the NAACP in 1988 as the political action coordinator. Floyd Johnson served as Dayton NAACP president from 2002 through 2004 and retired in 2004. Floyd enjoyed relaxing, reading, and providing financial services to middle-income families with Primerica Financial Services. His passion was helping his family. He was an avid history buff and an advocate for the African American community. He was a political activist, author, educator, and entrepreneur. Floyd Johnson is survived by his wife, Judith Johnson, children, Thena Johnson of Ellenwood, Georgia, Aziz Johnson of Decatur, Georgia, Zuri, Pete Johnson Mayberry of Los Angeles, California, grandchild, Omari Johnson, siblings, Jewel, Bill Jones, Nancy, Daryl Mays, Mary Johnson Grant, and a host of beloved relatives, friends, and loved ones. He was preceded in death by his mother, Eliza Rencher Johnson, father, Fred B. Johnson, and siblings, Cora Johnson, Alfred Johnson, Gloria Claude Wesson White, and Ernestine Otis Smith. Floyd Johnson went home to be with the Lord on August 10, 2024. Funeral service for Floyd B. Johnson, 11 a.m. Thursday, August 22nd, 2024, at Phillips Temple CME Church, 3620 Shiloh Springs Road in Trotwood, Ohio. Visitations are from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., and family will receive friends from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Interment, Shiloh Park Cemetery. Arrangements entrusted to House of Wheat Funeral Home. In lieu of flowers, a scholarship fund is set up. The Johnson family is pleased to establish the Floyd B. Johnson 62 Memorial Fund in his honor. Uncle Floyd was passionate about education and the upliftment of young people in the Dayton, Ohio community. He was an educator in the Dayton, Ohio area for 40 plus years in the classroom and the community. He was a proud Central State University graduate and active alumni. Floyd B. Johnson benefiting male students from the Dayton area attending Central State University. My uncle, Floyd B. Johnson, and day 103 of the Billionaire Journey of Adriane Mays, and reflecting on the Billionaire Journey, which starts with your mindset, and celebrating the life of the patriarch of our family, Floyd B. Johnson, on day 103. It's an honor, a privilege to be working every single day as God has the plan. He has the answer. And if we just trust it, honestly, openly, willingly, taking one step in front of the next, your mindset is where you get your riches first. When you have your billions, when you think about the materialistic things, those things come. But if you literally understand and trust the journey as much as the destination, anything is possible. And you improve every day with God on your side, that's the solution, my friends. So again, hopefully you have some value out of the video today, understanding it's not a mistake. You are exactly where you're supposed to be today, if you trust it. Floyd Johnson, December 5th, 1938 till August 10th, 2024, and guided my family, my friends, and literally is an inspiration to the digital real estate journey and growth process for Adriane Mays. Hopefully, like I said, you enjoyed this. I can, I will, I must. If Floyd Johnson made an impact to you, leave something in the comments. As digital real estate, building that brand, your personal brand, it's an everyday process because choose you every day. I can, I will, I must. Let's go. Deuces. Rest in heaven, Uncle Floyd. Deuces.